Welcome everybody, this is How to English. Teach and learn with Gav and Em.
It's a podcast about teaching and learning English as a foreign language.
All opinions stated are personal and references will be given when necessary.
Welcome.
Thanks, Em.
Welcome.
And welcome to the followers too. I hope you're all ready for a jolly good ride on the Gav and Em train of TEFL.
Choo choo.
What are we doing today, Em?
W.
We are doing the letter W. That must be episode 23, season 6 of Gav and Em's How to English TEFL pod.
23, Gav. Is it really?
We're nearly there, Em.
Wow. W for wow.
Burning the candle at both ends.
Are you? Speak for yourself. I am an early to bed, early to rise kind of gal.
Have you got some W's for us to discuss in today's episode?
I have got many W words. Let me think what to start with.
I have also got some W's, but maybe not quite as long as your list, so I hope you've got plenty of ideas for us.
Well, let me look. I'm going to start with... Let's start with the bad. Let's get the bad over with. W for worst. Worst case scenario. Worst situation. Worst thing to happen in an English lesson. You can either talk from experience or speak generally about what is your idea of your worst lesson nightmare.
Does this mean the students don't arrive?
Well, that is bad. I think that is bad. Does that mean it's their fault or your fault? I would always blame myself and think I'm in the wrong place. I've gone to the wrong company. My internet's not working.
I've clicked on the wrong link.
All of those things. That panic you feel in the pit of your stomach that grows and spreads throughout your body until your eyes are kind of on fire. I think we all know that feeling, or maybe not, but I definitely know that feeling. And I always think it's me. But often, it's not me. It's just a misunderstanding. Or the date's been given to me wrong, or I don't know, it's just wait. W for wait. I have also got the word wait here. Wait a little bit longer than you think is necessary, is my advice in that situation.
Are you saying weigh or wait with a T?
Wait. Wait, Gav, wait.
Not weigh up your options?
Well, you could do that too while you're waiting. You could weigh up your options. But I always think if you just wait that bit longer, somebody might arrive.
I usually wait from 5 to 10 minutes and then I start composing an email.
Yeah.
Or I pop my head outside the door and look up and down the corridor.
Yeah, exactly. I think those are the first stages. You start looking around, maybe ask a receptionist, is this the right room for the English lesson? Or try and find someone walking around and say, do you know this person who's on the register? And if it's online, yeah, just check all your connections, make sure your internet is working, do a speed test. And then, yeah, just wait. But usually, I would say 9 times out of 10, salvation does arrive in the form of a...
Student?
Yeah, slightly stressed-looking student often, because they don't know where they're going, or they can't make their connection properly on their computer, or they've clicked on the wrong link and they can't access the meeting that you're in.
Or maybe this is normal behaviour for them, Em, to arrive late and practice their sorry for being late teacher, but fill in the dots.
Interesting. You think they do that just so they can practice? Perhaps. I was thinking more it could be just a cultural thing, that it's normal to arrive 10 minutes late. Everybody does. Yeah, so I would say definitely wait a bit longer than you think. But coming back to worst case scenarios, yeah, no students, that's really bad.
Especially if you're not going to be paid for that lesson.
That's also very bad.
That is the worst.
I was thinking also my worst case situation would be all the students arrive, they're all really keen, you start your lesson, you think it's all going well, and then you realise they're all saying I don't understand to each other in their own language. Because you've learnt enough of the language to understand a few phrases and you know the phrase I don't understand.
I think I know that in a lot of languages now.
Yeah. That for me is my worst nightmare. Those are the wake up at 4 a.m. cold sweats kind of nightmares for me. So I don't know what you would do in that situation, Gav. How would you deal with it? They're all saying I don't understand to each other, not to you, in their own language.
I find a way of dealing with my fear, sweats.
I don't mean the night sweats. I mean, what would you do in the lesson?
Like use a towel, you mean?
No, you're not getting my point. How would you deal with it if you're in a lesson and all the students are looking at each other saying, I don't understand in their own language?
I might ask them if they understand. Hopefully they'll all say yes. And we'll carry on.
No, that's terrible. No, that is getting even worse. You're describing an even worse situation now.
From bad to worse.
Yes. I think you have to acknowledge they are saying it, that you understand they're saying it, and say, why are you saying it? What can I do? Can I help explain it in a different way?
It depends a little on what I'm teaching. Can you give me some context?
I think just a grammar point you're trying to express and show maybe the structure of on the board, and then you turn and you face them and you say, okay, and they all look at each other blankly like, I don't have any idea what this person's talking about.
Oh, that sounds really scary.
Yeah.
I think I might look back at my board work and think, what is not so clear here?
I might erase everything and just start again from the very beginning, maybe with a different style or more simple version.
I would hope that my initial story that led to that grammar would be strong enough to keep the students engaged and therefore anchored to the meaning of the grammar.
Nice. So I think the right answer is to avoid that situation happening in the first place. And the best way to do that is groundwork or scaffolding or whatever you want to call it, but definitely set it up properly.
A good foundation.
Yes, all these metaphors. So they hopefully will follow you on the journey you're going on and not just suddenly feel very lost. Good advice.
I hope that would work. But as you say, if they all get totally befuddled with your explanation of something, then maybe erase it, go back to the beginning, start again and say, you remember when the cat walked in the room? We described that situation. Well, let's go back to that moment. What did you say? And then hopefully you can elicit some of those expressions again and start from the beginning.
Yeah, I really like the anchoring thing. Always coming back to that point, maybe the cat or whatever it is you're talking about. But if they can use that as a memory aid, then hopefully it will be a bit of a stronger connection.
It could be. And talking of stronger, maybe focus a little more on those stronger students rather than the weaker ones. So don't pick the weakest student to give you the first answer, which, to be honest, could be quite tricky.
Yeah.
See if there's a stronger student in there that might know the answer already.
But make sure that weakest student gives you the last answer, because that will mean everybody's understood, hopefully.
That is a good point. Don't ignore the weak student. That was definitely giving me nervous feelings, Em, for your worst experiences in the classroom.
I could go on with that, Gav, but I think we've covered enough. So it's your turn. You tell us about your first W word.
Thanks, Em. I have WH word, which is
Question words?
both WH words and non-WH words, because it includes how. But do you know the other ones?
Who, why, where, when, what, which, and I think there are some more like old-fashioned ones, like wherefore.
Really? I haven't got those ones written down.
Yeah, well, those are the main ones, aren't they?
You've definitely covered them all. I've got a little activity where you need to compose a question for me, and I will give you the answer to that question. All you need to do is add the WH word to the question and then guess who I'm describing.
Was that word you said before befuddled? And how many languages can I say I don't understand?
Em, let's go back to the beginning. You're going to ask me some questions, and I'm going to describe somebody to you, and then you can tell me who that person is.
And the missing word?
Will be a WH question word.
Right.
It's
Oh,
that
okay.
simple.
So I'm looking at the sentence to make the question to ask you, and there's a missing word at the beginning.
Yes.
Ah, okay. I've got it.
Let me hand you the question cards. Here we go.
I have some WH words at the top. Who, what, where, when, why, which, and how, as we've discussed. And then there's a question. Number 1. Blank was she born? I'm going to choose when for this one. When was she born?
She was born on December 13th, 1989 in Reading, Pennsylvania, USA.
Am I building a kind of fact sheet here? So at the end of this, I should know who we're describing?
You need to guess at the end who I am describing to you.
I think you did mention that, but I just wanted to clarify. Okay, so number 2, blank kind of music does she write? And this is what kind of music does she write?
She writes pop, country and folk-inspired songs, often based on personal experiences.
Okay. Number 3, blank is her most famous album. What or which is her most famous album?
Correct. Good question, Em. One of her most famous albums is 1989, which won Album of the Year at the Grammys.
Same as the year she was born. Okay, so that must be very meaningful.
Can you guess who it is already, or would you like some more information?
Well, I'm thinking American 1989 pop, country, folk. I don't know the album 1989, but I'm wondering. I've got an idea, but I'm not going to say in case it's a really bad answer.
Give me another question then.
Number 4, blank has she won so many awards? Why? Why has she won so many awards?
She has won awards because of her songwriting talent, global popularity, and ability to reinvent her style.
Uh-huh. At this point, I'm thinking either Miley Cyrus or Taylor Swift.
Well, we're going to have to carry on then.
Number 5, some of her hobbies. What are some of her hobbies?
She enjoys baking, painting, and spending time with her cats.
Cats. Aha, I think I know who this is. Famous quote, something about cat lady. Number 6, blank, is she admired by fans? Okay, why? Why is she admired by fans?
Fans admire her for her honesty, creativity, and connection with her audience.
Number 7, the last one, blank, is she. Who? Who is she?
Can you guess?
Well, I think it's Taylor Swift.
It is Taylor Swift, the American singer-songwriter known for her storytelling in music. Well done, Em.
Sorry for not knowing the album. I'm sure that's uber famous, but I am not a Swiftie.
Are you not?
I'm not.
Well, you're not going to forget 1989 is her globally successful album.
And the year she was born. No, that is great. I've learned some facts. I'm probably never going to forget those facts. And I've done some really nice grammar. I've used different tenses, I think, mainly present tense, but maybe you could mix that up if you wanted to. If you had a higher level class, you could put in some continuous tenses there if you want.
Maybe some present perfect, something started in the past, continues to the present.
Well, number 4, why has she won so many awards, was present perfect, but you could do more, yeah.
Possibly make it present perfect continuous just for a little bit of fun.
That's good. And also, you could include dead people so that you're just practicing past tenses. Good way, actually, to show the difference between those two tenses.
There's plenty of dead celebrities that we could choose from, Em.
That was a really nice activity.
Good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Practicing the WH questions. These might come back later. Listen out for those.
My next W, Gav, is the word wish. Wish sentences.
I couldn't wish for any more, Em.
Aw. That's nice. Have you taught wish?
Not recently, but I think I remember it. The grammar has something to do with the past, even though you might be talking about the present or future or somewhere in an imagined place.
Right. Yes. If I was teaching this, I would write on the board some example sentences like, I wish I were taller, and then ask students, is this talking about a present situation or a past situation? The answer, Gav?
Present?
Yep. So the form is wish plus past tense, but you're talking about a present situation.
That often confuses students, and it's probably best to check that they understand this is the present we're talking about and not the past.
Yeah, so I wish I was or I wish I were. These are present ideas.
Both accepted.
Or I might write on the board the second sentence, I wish I had been better at school. What am I talking about now, Gav? The present or the past?
That sounds like the past, because you are not at school anymore, although you may be, but in the role of a teacher.
Oh, that's true. But as a student, I wish I had been a better student, maybe. So this is wish plus past perfect. Had been, had done, had gone. We're talking about past situations. Yeah.
What level are we teaching this, Em?
Probably end of B1 or more like B2, I would say. So this is quite complicated. Yeah, past perfect structures to talk about regrets, I would say these are.
Maybe we could introduce wish in the present for our B1 students, but definitely wish in the past would be for a stronger B1, B2 student.
I think so. The final wish sentence is, I wish it would stop raining. What am I talking about now?
Something you wish would happen?
But is it about me or other people or other things?
Well, you've used it, so I think you're referring to the weather. I wish the weather would stop doing the weathery thing.
Yeah. So is it past, present, future?
Present?
That's right. So it's a present situation that you would like to change, but it's about somebody else or something else. Could be weather or another person. Like, I wish she would help me. So this is wish plus pronoun, he, she, it, plus would.
Rather than I.
Yeah.
Because I is still a pronoun.
It is, but if you use I, then you're talking about I wish I were, I wish I had, I wish I could. It's all like that first one. It's like the past tense to talk about the present situation.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me, Gav, some examples of these sentences that are relevant to you, please?
Give me the starter.
I wish. They all start with I wish.
I wish I was able to predict my students' mistakes before they make them. That would be a very keen skill to have as a TEFL teacher.
Okay. And if you could do that, you would just put your finger up before they say it and say, no, don't say that. I know you want to say that, but don't say that. I mean, they have to say it in order to correct it, don't they?
Well, they don't need to make mistakes. If they have perfect English all the time, I'm sure they'd be very happy.
So if you knew they were going to make the mistake before they made the mistake, you could correct the mistake before it happens?
Yes. You know, in the teacher's edition of English File, you can find typical mistakes or watch out for this from your students. It's basically that, but bigger.
You've got your wish come true, really. You just need a really good teacher's book. They do tell you those things.
The book could not predict every mistake that could possibly come out of your student's mouth.
That's true. So I wish there was some kind of technology that could help us to predict that. Or just like you said, you've got it in your head.
Once you've taught it enough times, I think you can pretty much guarantee where it's going to go wrong.
Well, you sound like you already can do the thing you're wishing for, but I agree, it's always good to have more skills. Nice example. What about one for the past, Gav? Something you regret?
I wish I hadn't forgotten the difference between in time and on time this week.
Tricky.
I think I went down the wrong avenue when I started explaining it, and it kind of went a bit messy.
What did you say? Do you remember?
I think I said on time meaning not late, and in time meaning the correct time. And then
It's the opposite.
it's the opposite.
Yeah. So I arrived on time to the meeting. The meeting was at 10. What time did you arrive?
The correct time.
Which was?
On time.
Which was?
I don't know which meeting.
10.
10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that a bit better now? Just say 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
But if you said I arrived in time for the meeting, what time would you arrive?
Not late.
What time would that be?
A minute before 10.
Maybe 5 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, but definitely anything before 9:59 I think would be in time.
And 59 seconds.
So we usually say things like, I was just on time, or I got there just in time. Pooh, those are difficult though, aren't they?
I'd say that sounds like it's the same thing.
I don't know. I think if I said I got there just on time, it's still on that minute, on that second. The hand of the clock is on the time it's organised for, but I got there just in time. would be with some time to spare, but not a lot. Like you would just be running for the train would be open, you'd run in, and then the doors would close and it would leave. So there is a bit of time to spare there, but not a lot.
That's a good way of explaining it. I also came up with a good way of explaining it. Would you like to hear?
I would love to hear.
I added to in time the preposition for.
Right, so just in time for the train.
That tells us there's an external factor which may be affecting the not being late part of that phrase.
It could take a long time to explain all these things, so I don't blame you, Gav. If you're in the middle of a lesson and a student asks you that question and you haven't explained it before, it isn't easy. You need to spend a quite long time talking about it.
Well, I have taught that before, but it was a while ago.
Right. Hence your statement, I wish I hadn't forgotten, because you did at one point know it. Oh dear.
Hopefully I'll remember it now.
Yeah, it's going to be fresh for a while, isn't it? Gav, can you give me another sentence with wish, but this time about external things, other people or situations that you would like to change?
I wish my students would listen to my instructions instead of guessing what to do.
It's human nature, though, isn't it? We always think we know, but we should just clear our minds and be open to instructions.
It's a good skill to have.
I think so. And not just stop listening after the first sentence because you think you know what you're going to do. There may be a twist. There may be an extra part that you haven't thought of. Or just, I don't know, maybe it's the language that's too complicated, but I think you really...
Or it's just a really boring explanation.
Could be that. Maybe that's the thing as a teacher to remember. Don't make it too long. But I think as a student, you need to say if you're not following it or if you're not sure, say, I don't understand. Not in a different language, but in English. Thanks very much, Gav. They were great sentences.
I enjoyed sharing my wishes with you, Em.
Well, I hope they come true one day.
I wish they would. Em?
Gav?
Your next situation is this. Your colleague runs up to you in tears telling you their pet terrapin is sick and they have to dash back home. They plead with you to take a class starting in 2 minutes, telling you the lesson is planned, handing you a piece of folded A4 paper, and assure you that all 10 of the students in the class are really friendly. What do you do?
And what's the W in this?
You will find out in a moment.
Right. Oh, interesting. I would say no.
Can you see the tears welling in my eyes?
Okay, I would try not to look at your tears.
What kind of a colleague are you?
A scared one. 10 students. Okay, they're very nice students.
And you've now got a minute and a half.
Oh, okay, yes, fine. Now I've had a minute or 30 seconds to think about it. Okay, I will take this class.
I've already gone. I'm going to go and save my terrapin. I'm sorry.
Right, okay. I've got my piece of A4 folded paper. I'm going to open it. SVO, present simple yes, no questions. That's my lesson plan.
That's it.
Wow. And luckily, Gav, I know what this means, because I think maybe a new teacher would struggle. I think this is subject, verb, object. So it's word order. That's the W.
W for word order, M.
And that's it. That's all I've got to go on.
That's your board work. Now, into that classroom. The students are fidgeting. They're thinking, where's our teacher gone?
What's my board work? SVO, that's it. A 3-letter acronym is my board work. Have I got an extra 30 seconds to prep at this point?
Yes, well, the students will be watching you, but hopefully they'll be quite excited because the new teacher's just walked in.
All right, so I'm going to say, hi everyone, I just need a second, and I'm going to draw on the board a table with 7 columns and 2 rows. The first column, I'm going to write question. The second column, I'm going to write subject. Then third column, negative. Fourth column, verb. Fifth column, object. 6th column place, and 7th column time.
Do the followers need to do the same?
If they want, they can.
Press rewind.
Good idea.
Play again. Complete your columns. Emma, you're going to elicit from your students how to complete this chart.
I am. You are the student, Gav. Ready? Everyone, hello. What you are going to...
Good morning, teacher. Where are you from?
No, we're not doing that.
We haven't got time.
I'm going to ask you all to give me some question words. Present simple questions, please.
Me, teacher, I am raising my hand.
Yes.
Do.
I'm going to write do in the first column, the first row. Can I have a pronoun, please?
I.
Okay, that goes in the second column.
You.
You, good. We can put that in there.
We.
Yep.
They.
Very good. Nice. Negatives. Can someone tell me a negative?
Do not.
Do not. I'm going to write do not in the third.
Teacher.
Yes.
Don't.
That's nice. That's a contracted form of do not. Yeah. Let's go back to the first column, second row. What's a good word that we can use? A question word.
Does.
Okay, does. Very good. Does. And a subject?
He. She. It.
Good. Exactly.
Our teacher. Where is our teacher? Teacher?
Our teacher, yes. There was some problem with the terrapin. Next column, negative.
Does not.
Very good.
Doesn't.
Doesn't, yes. Now, students, I'd like some verbs.
Eat.
Good.
Chase.
Nice.
Juggle.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Paint.
Fine. The next column is object. Can you give me some objects?
Umbrellas. Dragons. Bananas.
Right.
Chainsaws.
Good, that's enough. Thank you. Very good words. Next column, place.
In a haunted house.
Right. Very nice.
On a roller coaster. Inside a volcano.
Okay.
At a football stadium.
Excellent. And finally, time, please.
On Saturdays.
Yeah.
At midnight. After lunch.
Good.
Early in the morning.
Wow. Great class. Your teacher's a really good teacher.
Thanks, teacher.
Now all we need to do, class, is choose words from each of these columns and make sentences.
Can I do it, please, teacher?
Go ahead.
Let me have a look. Can I come to the board, please?
If you want, yeah.
I don't eat umbrellas in a haunted house on Saturdays.
Very good. That's great. Thank you for that.
Was it correct, teacher?
It was correct. Of course it's correct. We have a foolproof method here.
Can I do another one, please?
No, it's somebody else's turn now. Come on, somebody else? No.
Me.
Somebody else? No, nobody else wants. Go on then, you do another one.
I'll do another one. Do they chase dragons on a roller coaster at midnight?
Well, if they don't, I want to know why not.
I think they should.
That's great. This is a very, very high-level language for a very basic lesson, but excellent. Very nice sentence. Can you try some with the he, she, it subject pronouns? Start with a question.
Does our teacher juggle bananas inside a volcano after lunch?
Well, you would have to ask your teacher next week.
I will do that. Thank you, teacher. One more.
No, I say that. One more. Can you make it a negative?
I'll try. He doesn't sing chainsaws?
No. Not chainsaws.
Songs
Yes.
at the football stadium early in the morning.
Very good. I like that one. That was good.
Thank you, teacher. That was our SVO, exercise word order.
I hope you're impressed with my ingenuity, calmness, decorum, professionalism. I mean, come on. I had 2 minutes to prepare for that, and the first minute was just a panic.
And I think you're very grateful that you had such good students there too.
You're right, and don't forget when you have these last-minute cover classes, just make the students do all the work. That's all you have to do. All right, you might have to think a bit ahead of it, what you're going to do, but I didn't have to come up with any of that language. You did all that.
But don't always rely on the students.
Well, I would in that situation.
Students make mistakes too.
Yes, they make mistakes, but you've got to get the information from them. Generate the lesson from them. Don't just think you've got to provide all this yourself.
That's absolutely true.
And it's better for both student and teacher if the students are producing, surely.
That's much more interesting. Have you got another W for us?
My final one, actually, is the word wearing. And I'm not referring to clothes, Gav. I'm referring to wearing a bit thin, which may actually come from clothes. And we do use it to describe clothes, as in my elbows of my jumper are wearing a bit thin.
Because you've been leaning on the table too much.
Yeah, so how would you describe what it looks like?
I can now see your elbows.
They're
through
coming
your clothes.
out through, well, not wearing thin, I think they're worn thin in that situation. Worn through, maybe. But yes, the fabric is becoming thinner and weathered and tired. I think we could call it tired. If I referred to a situation, Gav, as wearing a bit thin, what would that mean?
It suggests it's getting quite boring.
Yes, tedious.
Through repetition.
That's right. It's becoming like the jumper. It's going to maybe break. I want to know if you feel that some things are wearing thin. For example, teaching present perfect, Gav. Is it wearing a bit thin now?
No, because surprisingly, my students still don't seem to be able to get the knack of it.
But that's kind of my point. After however many times, and it must be thousands, do you feel, like the prospect of having to teach it again, is it wearing a bit thin?
I guess in a way it is, but then...
I mean, how many times can you teach present perfect and still remain fresh?
That is a very good point. But I do try to approach it from different directions, maybe break it down into these are action verbs, these are state verbs, or let's compare simple to continuous.
Does not sound very dynamic, but if you're saying that keeps you peppy, that's fantastic. I know what you're saying. You're saying there's more than one way to skin a cat, right? You can do it a multitude of ways. You can freshen it up. You can use current issues. How many albums has Taylor Swift released this year? I have no idea the answer to that question. But that's what I feel like you're getting at. It can be fresh. You can keep it relevant.
And make it important to the students, so then they're very keen to correctly use that language.
I totally agree. And I think it makes me happy to think that as a teacher, I can do the same lesson for the 1000th time, but still enjoy it.
As long as you're not using the same materials over again.
Even if you are, you can still adapt them. You can add, remove.
Are they still the same if you adapt them, Em?
I don't know. It's a philosophical question, isn't it? No. Thanks, though. Thanks for that.
There's only so many times that the broom head and handle can be replaced until it becomes a different broom.
Or the ship. I think it was part of ships.
Oh.
But anyway, we're talking about the same idea.
I think so.
It's not wearing thin for me, and I'm glad it's not wearing thin for you either.
This topic is not wearing thin. I think I could go on a lot longer. But I do have a W for you.
One last W.
And I'm going to go back to my WH questions, but these are not WH questions.
You said you were going to go back to them, but you're not going back to them. But we are going back to them.
We are, but we are not going back to them. And they're not WH questions, they are WH questions not.
Negative.
Yes.
Right. Negative WH questions. What not? Where not? Who not? What do you mean?
I think it's who doesn't, but let's have a look.
I know that. I was just checking.
To make these questions more interesting, because talking of wearing thin, how many times can you ask your student which superpower they would like?
Invisibility!
How about you said, which superpower would you not like to have?
Love it. Love it. Yeah, that's great. Oh, I wouldn't want to be able to read minds.
Oh, that would be terrible.
All the time, just constantly getting what people are thinking.
Although I think I've just contradicted myself because I said I wanted to know what my
You
students
have.
were thinking.
You did say, but maybe if you could turn it on and off like a switch. But what would you not want? Is that right? What would you not want? What superpower wouldn't you like?
I wouldn't like to be a superstar. Is that a
That's not a superpower. That's
Power.
just a superstardom.
magnetic?
Magnetic. Ouch.
I'm thinking of having a magnetic personality, but actually if I was magnetic, that would be terrible.
You would
Imagine the spoons that would be stuck to me by now.
You think that's the worst of it? The spoons, not the knives. Right, fine. Yeah, all those spoons. What a nightmare.
You'd just rattle as you walk down the street.
What else, Gav?
When would you not want to live in history? Because it would be too difficult.
Ooh, medieval times. They must have had some really bad teeth. And,
Filthy, smelly,
yeah, cold. Definitely not.
and no social media on your mobile phone.
That's not a bad thing, but I don't know. It just seemed like a hard time to be alive.
Just think of all those things you could invent.
True. There's always a plus side.
How would you not make tea if you wanted it to taste good?
Well, hang on a minute. Let me understand that. How would I not make tea if I wanted it to taste good?
Yeah.
I wouldn't add coffee.
Ooh.
Maybe that is a thing somewhere, tea and coffee together, but I've never seen it.
Sour milk?
Oof, no.
8 sugars?
None of that. Just a dash of oat milk.
Ah, thanks for clarifying.
And on the topic of tea, Gav,
ko-fi.com/how to English pod to refresh M.
thank you. Have we got more?
Let's do 2 more. What movie would you not want to be stuck inside forever?
Stuck inside, not just watching, but in the film.
Actually in the film.
Oof, Terminator?
Oh, that would be awful.
Just keep running and running.
It just keeps repeating itself. How many sequels are there now?
Too many.
Last one, Em. How would you not design a roller coaster if you wanted people to enjoy it?
I would not make it just one straight line, like a train.
Or possibly crash into a wall?
Oh, no. Or just, like a circle. It just goes round and round and round. That's not a fun roller coaster.
Unless you're under 5.
Yeah, but we want some twists, we want some upside downy things, we want some loop-the-loops. That's a good roller coaster.
It is. Thanks, Em. You've definitely made that roller coaster ride a lot more fun.
You're welcome. It was great. I would like you to send me that list of questions. They were fun and educational.
Yes, and hopefully your students will explain how to do things, how not to do things.
Things they want and things they don't want.
Have you got a tip of the episode?
I have got a tip of the episode. It's a good one. Always have a good warm-up. W for warm-up.
Jogging on the spot, maybe some jumping jacks.
That's in the gym. I'm talking about warm-ups, warmer, things that introduce the topic. For example, Gav, if you were going to teach a wish lesson, what kind of warmer would you do?
I might put my chin on my hand, look out the window, and just imagine how I would like the world to be.
Aww. I might bring in a muffin with a candle on it. Light the candle in quite a solemn way. All the students will probably be looking at me. And then I would blow out the candle and I would say, "Hello, everyone. What have I just done?"
Wow, that's great. I hope you've got a fire extinguisher at hand, though, just in case.
Yeah, okay. That could be a health and safety concern. But check first the location of the smoke detectors, because it could all turn into a mess.
It could be a disaster, and you might wish it never happened. Wish it had never happened?
Well corrected. Very good.
My tip, for teachers is welcome, wait, and watch.
Is that a bit like stop, look and listen?
It's a little bit like that. Welcome them into the space. Wait while they try to compose their beautiful, elegant English sentences, and watch to make sure everybody's engaged and having fun.
Oh, that's lovely. And what about the students?
Well, for learners, I suggest they watch, wait, and welcome.
Oh, in the reverse order.
They watch their teacher and classmates and learn from them. They wait and be patient, because it takes time to learn a language, Em.
It does.
And they should also welcome others into the space, make it a comfortable environment and learning space, and take turns and encourage each other.
Bravo! I agree.
Students should definitely encourage each other. Does that happen much in your classes, Em?
Yeah, I think so. I like to create that environment. We all do our best, Gav.
It's something you wish for.
Well, I think that just about wraps it up. Wraps with a W.
It does. That is our final W of today's episode, because next time we will be back with X, Y,
and
Z, or Z, depending where you are.
I say Z.
I said Z too.
Z.
But you can also say Z.
X, Y, Z.
Bye for now.
See ya.
See ya.